Right. So again, we're gonna get into the 0 day class today, where we're gonna look into potential setups that we can take advantage of for tomorrow, July the 14th. We are looking for 0 day trades. So for those of you that are new or unfamiliar with the terminology, we are referencing trades that we essentially are entering or we're looking to enter tomorrow, and we will be looking to exit tomorrow. Also, with that, the contracts that we're entering expire tomorrow. So, what that means is that there's an added element of risk involved when taking this type of trade, and so we utilize this class to help us identify and really, share best practices, bounce ideas off of each other, so that we can all get into the best potential plays for tomorrow, right? Or for these Friday 0 days, because these trades are highly risky. And so we want to have a very, I guess you could say, straightforward process of what we want to look for. We want to have a certain level of conviction when it comes to these 0 day trades. And so we don't want to just jump out there on game day and then try to make some plays, right? We want to be prepared. We want to understand what moves we need to make and those types of things. So there's a process within that, and we'll get into that a good bit tonight. And so with that, I'm going to get into some setups. I'll typically go through, setups that the members are looking at, and I'll also identify some setups that I noticed as well. And we'll have, I guess you could say, a collaborative type of discussion. And I don't expect us to be on long tonight. I think it's pretty straightforward. So let's get into it. Drop your tickets in the chat. And yeah, let's get to rolling. I guess since I've already got my list, or I sent a list out, I'll start there. And then we can just kind of trickle down through what the members are looking at. But the first one, since it's up on my screen, I guess you can say, we could look at Abbott, ABT. There's a couple things on Abbott. And just to kind of preface things for you all, typically what I like to see with these 0 days is I like to see trades that are already in for us, that are I guess continuation plays, like already in continuity, already been moving forward. And we're just essentially identifying entry point to get in on a already moving train, so to speak, right? And so just wanted to start off with that, right? Now, looking at this Abbott trade does not exactly fit that criteria. However, I do see an opportunity here for a potential move to the upside tomorrow off the 3-2-2 potential setup on the day. I say that because I've been monitoring this trade as well. And so I've been looking for a potential break, on the inside week on this thing. But it also, it also hits other levels. Yeah, there's another trigger point that I was looking at on this thing. But what it's been doing looks like it's been consolidating for the last 2 weeks. And it looks like tomorrow may potentially give us an opportunity to break out of the range. There's a little chop range that it's been in for the last 2 weeks. And so that is a potential opportunity there on Abbott. But I just wanted to just bring that one up since it was right here and on my screen already. And so then that'll lead us into some of the other plays. But on Abbott, we've got, inside week, inside month. It's been consolidating on the day, so it hasn't really chosen a direction as of yet. So this is more on the speculative side. This isn't one that I would, put like with the strongest conviction on. So just wanted to point this one out as Abbott. This is the first one that I was looking at. The next one I want to get into though is and actually let me give you the level on Abbott before I move on to Costco. On Abbott here, we're looking at a 3-2-2 on the day, and we're looking at a entry above 107.79. We are looking at the entry and potentially taking this one back to last week's high, or maybe it was high from 2 weeks ago. of 109.34. I really like that level. My recommendation would be to go check out the analyze tab and see what our return on investment will be for Abbott. And then also we need to evaluate if it has people at the party, because there is the potential where this one may not have enough people at the party, and then therefore we just kind of leave it alone. So that's Abbott speculative play. Now we're gonna move into Costco. This one here, Costco, we've been, we took a double inside day entry on, I believe it was, what was that? Wednesday? Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, we took the double inside day break on Wednesday. Um, Very strong price action off of that break. Then we had today, we had, I guess you could say a TTO. I guess it would be a 4-hour TTO. Looks like a Momo hammer on the day. And so now we closed out with that Momo hammer. We're looking for this 212 to crack tomorrow to the upside, and we're looking at a level of 539.12 for an entry. I can see a couple of different entry points here, or I'm not entry points. I'm sorry, targets on this one. But if we take the 212 tomorrow, I see getting back to last week's high is very doable at the 546 level. But I guess you could say 545, that psychological level, and maybe we wick into the 546 range. I honestly think this one has enough pop to it to potentially push above last week's high tomorrow. So I'll be looking for this break to the upside. I think we're coming from the bottom of the range. There's like a micro range that this thing has been trading within. It looks like it's coming off the bottom of that range, making its way to the top of the range. So maybe we push up to like a 550 level ultimately. But I like this Costco here to push up again tomorrow and break the 212 to the upside. So I like Costco. We're already in force. We're already up on the trade. This one looks good. I like Costco. We just need to trigger, and we need continued buying in this thing. Next one here I want to look at is Caterpillar. Come on. Outside. So Caterpillar. Looking at this 212 here on the day. My screen at funky. Okay, there we go. All right, so Caterpillar sitting here. I'm looking at first off, Caterpillar's been strong for the past like 2 months. And so we definitely have the confirmed move that this thing is in force and is moving to the upside. So we have that confirmation. We know that much, right? So now the idea would be to find the opportunity to take advantage of this move to the upside. So that's what we're looking for here on Caterpillar. I see an inside day today that closed with the hammer. Looking at a level of 256.46 to take to the upside. We see this quarterly broad information just above his head. So there's an easy target just above at 260-ish. So, if you wanted like a short-term trade, this could be one you could take a 5-point move to the upside on Caterpillar and see what those 0 days would hit like on that $5 move. Probably be a little less than 2% on the day, but
Resume, if you're talking, I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
my fault, y'all. My darn machine crapped on me, just crashed out. Hold on. get my screen back up real quick. Oh, man, my whole damn laptop crashed, everything. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me get my screen back up. Trying to stall me out today. And we were talking about that was Caterpillar. All right. Logging in. Hey, man, messing up my rhythm.
Hey, so we don't have no quiet noise. I analyzed that cat resume.
What's
Can
she
you hear
look?
me?
Yeah, what's she looking like?
I had a target from the day of 261.34. And so if you took the 257.5 contract, that was 440%. And if you took the 260 contract using the same target, that's 843%.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one. Yeah, so that's the potential. Goose just gave us the quick breakdown. Yeah, I mean, it's all about personal preference at that point. If you want, if you more convicted, then maybe you go for that 260. But that's my target. I'll be watching for that trigger, for that one to break. So that's cat right there. And we know XLI's been super bullish. So let's see. Now, I got a couple. JPM is one. It has earnings in the morning, so we'll know very early what this one's gonna look like. But we do have the inside day break tomorrow to give us the 212 to the upside above 149.37. Just looking at it on a macro perspective, this one's been moving up here for 3-4 months now. Since the big drop of the banks, this thing's been kind of churning up, making higher lows. And so this one's been moving it's been trending upwards for a while now and threatening the 150 levels. So this one has a potential to move up tomorrow with earnings. So I'll be very interested to see what it does. We've got a BF above its head at like 155. I don't have anything in between. So if somebody can let me know, there might be something in between that I don't have. But I like this one, especially if we get the ideal scenario for tomorrow, good report. They give good, commentary. I think we'll get some good strong price action on this one. So this will be one we're just looking at to take advantage of. I wasn't really planning for earnest, so that's why I didn't throw it out there tonight. But for the 0 day, we'll have a little bit more information by then, so we'll be able to make a better, more educated decision.
Your resume was good, bro. My fault to cut you off. I got a couple weeklies right at like the 150, 151 level. I got
Okay,
3 of them.
okay, that makes sense. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
got a couple of that 151.
Yeah.
151 level, yes, sir.
Got you. Yeah. So okay, that's what we want to. That's what we want to know, right? So yeah, I can throw some on there. So yeah, we want to analyze that, see if the broad informations will threaten the trade itself, or is it something that could hold up the trade? So yeah, so definitely let's evaluate that because I don't have them all on my screen. JPM setting up for that earnings move tomorrow. So let's see what it does. The other bank I see here is Wells Fargo with a nice setup for tomorrow. Looks like it already went outside week. We've got a strong inside 4 hour in the afternoon, very strong performance in the afternoon. And then we also had a nice solid inside day today. Gave us the hammer candle, or hammer form, like hammer shaped candle. So really looking for this one to go continuation tomorrow, 212 to the upside. With the way the setups are looking, it gives me the sense that price will react positively to whatever earnings is in the morning. But we'll have to see. But just the way things are setting up, that seems like that could be a likely case. So that's Wells Fargo. I think the two bank plays are pretty straightforward. We'll know what's going to happen before the market opens on these two. There are situations where things could just pull down and then rip back the other way, but I think we'll have enough information to make an educated decision in the morning on Wells Fargo. And then my other one that
Hey, resume, real quick. I have a monthly right above that head and pause, and a weekly at around 44. Just
okay,
so you know,
okay,
yeah.
bet. Yeah, so I would plot in those broad informations and then plot in that price slice to see what the payout would be to that broad information. Start to give yourself an idea of what the payout will look like at the first broad information, the second BF. I think my preference is not really to try to trade through broad informations on these 0 days. I like to trade things with a little room on it. So if in my calculation, those broad informations are too much of a deterrent, I may bypass it. The big thing that's in the favor of these trades going up is that the fact that it is earnings. So if things, I don't even want to say the news, but if the reaction from earnings is positive, we could see this one, make a strong move similar to JPM. So I'll be looking at both of those in the same light. And then the last one I had that I was paying attention to is CVS. We already know we've been playing this one already this week. And we see the opportunities that are presenting itself on the 4 hour and the day. We had the gap fill a couple of days ago. We had the retracement yesterday, and now we're moving back inside, back up. So I'll be looking to see if we do get the trigger for the bullish continuation tomorrow. And if we do, I'm looking at this thing to get up north of 72 bucks and test this broad information range right here. So then I'll be looking, if I were you, I'll go throw it on the analyze tab and see what 72.10 or plot some different price points around that 72.10 level to see what that payout would look like. From my standpoint, I think this one sets up nicely. Contracts are typically pretty cheap for the 0 days. So I think there's a huge opportunity to take advantage of price does as we expect. And so CVS, you already know, guys, we're playing this one long as well. But I do see the short-term opportunity here for the 0 day tomorrow. So that's what I'll be paying attention to. I think Costco's probably like number one with the CVS pretty close behind. And then the banks will be just monitored. I'll be monitoring pre-market pretty closely for the banks. Outside of that, obviously we have other plays that have been moving really strong. They're just not showing setups right now in this moment to us. So I have nothing for you guys to like reference in terms of like a Lyft or a Riot or Mara or, some of these FedEx, like even FedEx actually is one that you could look at for tomorrow. I went outside today, but you're looking at a Chicago potentially on the 4 hour where this one could move up from the outside day drop today. But yeah, for the most part, most of the stuff that we are in that I like is already in force 2 up. And if there's any of those that you want to play, excuse me, my recommendation would be to look for either an actionable signal, maybe one of the smaller time frames, wait intraday tomorrow to take an actionable signal, or maybe look for one of those odd time frames, like we talk about, like with like 2 day or 3 days, stuff like that. So that would be kind of my thought process for any of those others that we know have been bullish but not giving us entries right now. And I'm gonna transition over and take a look to see what tickers anybody's got in the chat. I'm gonna quickly run through a good bit of these here. So first one I see is O'Shea with Netflix. So yeah, Netflix, it's in force. It's 2 up on all time frames. There's no real entry to get in on this one. You're gonna have to go to the micros, and maybe there's an entry on the smaller time frame, or you wait until the morning and you wait on a actionable signal on one of those micro time frames. But as it stands right now, there's no setup to take for in the morning. It's just continuation. And then Goose, we'll take a look at Baba. We know we was just talking about this one earlier. Similar situation with Baba. You're gonna want to find a actionable signal to take entry. But this one looks bullish. It looks like it's in force. It's a continuity play. So I think it's everything that you want to find in a 0-day type of play. You just need to find the entry at this point. Entry isn't presenting itself just yet. Here, Amazon we know has been bullish for some time. Another one of those things where we know it's been bullish, so we like the fact that price has been moving up, and we feel confident that price will continue, right? So we do see the 4-hour setup here. You got this entry above 134.59. Looks like it gave like a hammer-ish candle on the day as well. So yeah, I mean, I think the thought process here would be looking for the 4-hour entry tomorrow. You get the 4-hour entry, then you can get into this trade. So this one does have the actionable signal on the 4-hour. And Amazon appears bullish to me. You get the trigger enforced tomorrow, you'll be in full time frame continuity. And then, yeah, we already went over Caterpillar. We already went over Wells Fargo. It's wrong. BAC, I was looking at BAC earlier. My only hesitation with BAC was I think it was it broad information? I think, yeah, I thought there was I was thinking of maybe not. Maybe that was earlier today when I was looking at it, but it looks a lot better than when I looked at it earlier. But my concern was like the broad informations, but it looks like it has cleared that broad information now. So, I mean, I think it's a lot better than what I thought maybe a few hours ago. But I'm looking at this one just like the other 2 bank stocks, looking for the bullish continuation. They all have 2-on-2s on the day, setting up for tomorrow. So that seems to be like the main trigger point I'm seeing. This one also is giving you a 4-hour trigger as well off of that quarterly BF. So, like, again, I feel like the makings are set for there to be a positive reaction on price to these banks tomorrow with the earnings. So now next up here, we're looking at AMD. AMD, similar deal. This one went outside and then 2 up. So it's a 3-2. Price is really strong here. And we created a 2-up hammer candle on the day. So again, this one doesn't have an entry, so to speak, for tomorrow. So again, you need to look for an actionable signal on the micro, smaller time frame, or wait till entry, wait for entry tomorrow, and then take an intraday, take an entry intraday. Outside of that, I see like a potential rev strat on the week going into next week, but it doesn't look as though there's an entry showing itself right now. Well, hey, they could be getting puts, never know. Yeah, so yeah, we not doing them earnings plays, but we can, pre-market earnings, we can check it out. Let's see here. ED. Man, Kingsley, boy, you on fire, bro. So ED, this one here looks like it's in force. It's pointing to the upside. And You know, it looking strong, man.
Your resume. The crazy thing was when I typed that up, I met emotional damage, but ED definitely looks good too.
uh,
That's
uh,
crazy.
uh, yeah,
That's wild.
I was thinking the other ED. Okay, when you type that, okay. So we gonna move on there. We gonna take a look at Bronco. So Bronco, this one like it's been consolidating though. It's ranging within a micro price range. I don't know if it's setting up for us to do anything with it tomorrow. We might just need to let it be. Inside 4, 2 down hammer day. Um, looks like I don't know. Looks like for me personally, it is in the midst of like a breakout, but it looks like this is like consolidation right here. Like it's broken out and now it's consolidating. So I don't know if I want to take it right here. I might want to just pause and chill out for a second on that one. But it's strong, it's bullish. But in terms of tomorrow, I think it's been consolidating from that last run. So I think I wanna be a little bit more patient on that one. Next up, there is looking at Roku. Roku, this one here, man. A part of me, I see the bearish setup. I see like on the 4 hour, there's a potential like there's a shooter count on the afternoon 4. Um, I don't know. Part of me feels like price is just gonna keep consolidating right here. I think we had the breakout, and now this thing's gonna like probably squeeze around $75 and then make another leg up at some point. Um, I'm not sure I want to take this in either direction for tomorrow. It's giving me bearish vibes on the micros, but I'm already knowing what's happening on the macros. So I'm kind of like, I may just let that one be. But we like Roku, you know, we alerted that one for the long swing. I think it's consolidating right here. I may not want to test it for 0 day. And then Goose looking at CVS, we talked about that one. Oh, I like that. CVS, the contract, okay. The ROI wasn't as high as I thought. Okay. Huh. All right. All right. Um, did we look at AMD? But I'll take a gander again. Oh yeah, AMD was 2 up on all these time frames. It didn't have an entry point for tomorrow, but it's bullish. It's bullish Hewitt. So I just need to find like a actionable signal on a smaller time frame or look intraday for an entry. And then Jim looking at ET. So ET, we got triple inside 4 hour. Crazy, right? We got some major consolidation happening there.
It's about the bus.
Yeah. We got the inside day set up. So this one does have potential to move up tomorrow. Maybe go try to test those broadening formations around 1320. First thing I do, go look and see what 1320 will pay me on those 0 days tomorrow with the 13 strikes. Maybe they got 1350s. Probably the 13 strikes is where you want to be. And then, you know, evaluate whether that one's worth your money. But no, this one looks good. That one looks real good. USO, yeah, 1320 seems to be a target area for me. Now, Black Pyro looking at USO. This one again is another one that's in force in full time frame continuity. There are no entries presenting itself, so you would need to look for an intraday entry or maybe go down to a micro time frame and there's an entry point for you there. What I fear is that you're gonna get a gap up and then a lot of these damn entries will be negated. This stuff looks super bullish right here.
And then it possibly could reverse next week and fill that gap because it's been on the run, it seems like, for a couple of days now.
Got you. Yep. Yep. This thing was smoking, boy. 3 weeks straight.
And it's right, and it's not even like you were saying seasonality. It's out of oil season. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
This price action. Man did the same thing last July. Miss Rome put in her notes last year, July 25th. Oil went on that stupid run.
Okay, okay. Oh yeah, she did say that. Yep. Okay then, shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Keep my eyes close to it.
Yeah, it is out of season, but the thesis that we were coming up with was that it's basically been consolidating for 6-7 months. So
Yes, you're right.
and it's been consolidating at the lows. So what's our expectation from that, right? So I think that's kind of what
Right.
my that like, okay, even though it's out of season, there is still a bull case.
Yes. Is that the same case that was Boss Game was talking about with MRO?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all like they, that's it's the sector thing.
Okay. Thanks, Regimen.
Oh, of course, absolutely. And then Dish, so if somebody has it on a screenshot, can they drop it in the chat as far as the time, the aggregation that we have on our TOS time frames? And we try to have all of that coordinated amongst ourselves so that we're speaking the same thing when we're talking about point of control, for example, or we're talking about damn it, what's the other one? Point of control or volume shells and things of that nature. Like if we're not looking at the same aggregation of time, then we could oftentimes be talking about the same stock, but two different things. Just because our aggregation is different. So good question on that. Oh, Goose dropped it in there. Appreciate you, brother. Should have kept scrolling down. Yeah, do everything from the weekend up. Don't skip. Yeah, so, no, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
You talking about as far as aggregation, Resume?
Yeah, now people like I tell Goose and others, some people it's about your tolerance level too. So if you're okay with understanding, like, okay, if we're talking about the week time frame, my aggregation is going to be different because I want more information, right? Versus what
Right.
me and one of the other leaders are doing. Well, ours match up. So when we talk about a point of control in a month, we basically talking about the same time frame. Whereas a Goose or a Ray, who extend out further in terms of aggregation, they're going to have a different point of control based on the time of aggregation and time. So
Okay.
that's nuance. And if you're understanding of that difference, then there's no problem. But don't want you to be like, damn, why am I not seeing the same thing that FICO's seeing? And if you can know the reason, the why, then you're good. It's like, oh, because I have a different aggregation than them. You know what I mean? It's like very simple explanation. So D looks like we got Dollar Tree trying to take a look at. This one been cooking up, man, doing really good. Looking at a Chicago on the 4-hour, we do have this monthly broad information above his head. So that's one that I do want to keep in mind for an entry. That could slow up price movement. And then also we have the rev strap potential on the day here above 148.49. Chicago on the 4-hour above 148.36. If you do get the triggers to the upside on these, you do have room and opportunity to move to the upside. I don't have another macro to like 154. So then I would need to go down to the day and see what levels on the day would potentially slow up the price action that I have set on this. So that would be the next step or the next course of action. So if I was to draw this daily broad information here, that it's not a whole lot out there. Just taking a quick gander to see what daily BFs might be in the way. If I want to take this tomorrow. Right? And you should do this with all the tickers, right? Especially if you can't identify the macro BFs. That don't mean like, woo, I'm free. No, that mean go look for some more broad formations on another time frame. Yeah, so yep, looks like Dollar Tree hit a daily broadening formation today. So that's what caused price to retrace. Well, actually, no. So let me go to a smaller time frame.
Hey, Resume, do you draw 4-hour BFs like on day trades?
It depends.
Okay, okay. I was just
like,
curious.
yeah, let me go to Mara. You see Mara right here? I had to draw daily and 4-hour BFs because there was nothing else for me to go off of. So that's why you see all these little lines right here. Like I had literally nothing else to go off. There ain't nothing
Okay, got it. There was like the next BF was probably to the moon, right?
$40. You think I'm gonna, from
Right, right.
yeah, from $17 to 40, I'm like, hold up, no. I need to
Okay,
go.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there are situations where it calls for it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm working 4-hour and daily BFs on Mara right now. I have no macros to reference. So yeah, that it'll happen. But yeah, first things first, I'm gonna identify those macros. And if there's like too much room in between, or like, man, that's too much on the underline. There's got to be something in the way. I'll go hunting for other BFs. All right, let's keep it rolling here. So now, must have thought Cam was in here, pulled up the D. Let's take a look at Disney. Miska Muska. Okay. Hey, what's up, Nikki? So yeah, so now on Disney, let's take a look at 4 hours. Looks like Disney's been consolidating. Right below a monthly. Yeah, I did too on yeah, Dollar Tree. Yeah. No, I'm picky about those BFs. I don't like that. I'm real snooty about it. So we got Disney with the outside day today. So for me personally, I stay away from outside day continuation plays. So I think that's what we're getting at right here. Now, the saving grace is that you got an inside 4-hour setup. So I'll relax a little bit. But so yeah, I think the Chicago on the 4-hour is the setup that we should be looking at if you want to take this one to the upside. We did have conflict, but if you get the trigger to the upside tomorrow, you'll be back in full time frame continuity. And you only got to get to 90.64 to take an entry to the upside. If you get that, you'll eventually go 2 up on the day. The challenge is we got to make sure, yeah, we got to get above this broad information. So this weekly here at just below 91 is what you're gonna want to, is what you're gonna fight with for this thing to move. Y'all know me with the outside days. It was a bearish outside day, so maybe we get a 3-2 continuation. Maybe price action is that strong today. But it looks like to me, once I'm at the 30 right here, that price retraced and then got back into that trading range and just been consolidating the rest of the day. So if that is the case, I'm not sure it's giving me enough vibes to go and break through that broad information. Maybe it just kind of holds or consolidates right there. So that's kind of what I'm looking at on Disney. I don't like to bank on a 3-2 continuation. But yeah, I mean, I see the price action strong. I mean, the candle looks good. So there is an opportunity there. I would just say based on what I have on other setups, I may lean heavier on the other setups. Yeah, thank you for that, Ray. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, if anybody wants to take
Resume, did you go over F boy?
I went over F earlier. I was going through the list pretty quick. Ford. Oh yeah, I was saying Ford looks like it's consolidating. It had that breakout. So it broke out and now it looks like it's just consolidating at this range where it broke out. And it's like it's gonna consolidate until the next until it's ready to take the next leg up. I don't think it's ready for tomorrow though.
Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem. That was just like, you had the strong move for these last few weeks, consolidate. Now next week, is it still inside this week, Mimi?
Yes.
Oh, it's 2 down.
No, oh yeah. Oh, for the week. No.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. So yeah, 2 down week. I'll be looking for something maybe going into next week.
Yeah, it looks like it's finna CTO. That's why I was looking at it like,
Mhm.
yeah, but not by tomorrow. I bet.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. I'm gonna take a look at TSN for Ray, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. But y'all keep it going as usual. Want to make sure I got everybody's tickers. So then Ray looking at at Tyson Chicken. I think the setup is obvious here. We're looking at this 2-1-2 bullish continuation on the 4-hour. I think that's legitimate. I would be looking for first target probably back to the higher day today, and then I'll be trying to see if we can stretch it out to this monthly broadening formation here, like 53, 75, 78, something like that. That would be what I would be looking for.
I actually don't have that one. Where'd you get that one from?
That monthly, yeah, that one is from. Go back.
You could go to the properties on the BF on the 4-hour, and then it'll show you the month that it's coming from. Edit properties, yeah. I used to do that same shit resume. It take me mad long to find. 2019. 2015, 2020. All right, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I see the inside 4-hour break right here. That seems to me, if we get continuation, it looks to be pretty solid. The challenge with TSN is that, it's a low volume traded options, stock. So we've got to make sure there's people at the party. But outside of that, that one looks really good. All right, Dave, I'm gonna wrap it up with you and John Deere. All right, John Deere, we looking at a 3-2-2 setting up for tomorrow. That looks like barbecue chicken, honestly. 3-2-2, 2 down, 3-2 down, 3-2-2 tomorrow. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Oh, excuse me. Entry above 411.21. What you got? Target 415. 418, 420, 422. So yeah, you got range. I mean 422 is not far at all on this stock. So I mean, yeah, this one looks good. It's been hovering on this broadening formation. The setup is setting up, for you to take advantage of the 322. It's a TTO back into this weekly broadening formation. I would just try to take it back to the upper side of that range again, maybe 418, 420, something like that. Get in, get out. Yeah.
Hey, resume.
Yo, yo.
Just one more question. That play that Pico had hit big on, do you think that's still running or not?
Which one? You talking about Riot?
Riot. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, Riot's, yeah. Yeah, right.
I heard somebody say something about taking that 20, and then it seemed like it just went and took that 20 today.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I think all of them collectively, they haven't reached magnitude. I don't think they've reached magnitude.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for Riot, you still got room till around 22. Hold on, till around the 22.48 range.
So, Goose, would you say it's like best to like how he was saying, find an entry maybe on a smaller time frame, on a pullback or something?
What kind of trade you trying to take on it?
Is it? Well, is it? It's not setting up for a 0-day trade.
Well, I'm saying it's fully enforced, so there's no actionable
Oh
signal.
yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
you just need to find the actionable signal during the trading day tomorrow, or go to a micro time frame. But yeah, it's hella bullish. I expect it to go 2 up again tomorrow.
Right, but okay, I get what you're saying as far as like if you're going to take it, it wouldn't be necessarily a good 0-day trade. It possibly would be something to have a further out expiration.
No, I'm not saying
But
that at all. I'm just saying,
okay.
as far as a 0-day goes, there's no setup. What's the setup that we're going to take tomorrow if we're going to take a 0-day? That would be my question.
It's like for
My question back.
1.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
do we have a daily setup? Do we have a 4-hour? Do we have an hour? Do we have a 2-hour? Do we got
2
a
hours.
2-minute?
Right.
Right. So that's
Okay.
what like it's fully enforced. That doesn't mean the trade isn't good at all. The trade is actually quite excellent. It's just that it doesn't have a setup for you to get in. So we will have to look in the morning and say, okay, first time at TTOs, or we get a TTO in the 15 to 30. We just gonna get in that bad boy because we know it's bullish and it's gonna go 2 up on the day.
Yes, sir. Already. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I appreciate you, Resume. My fault.
Oh yeah, no, you good, you good. I just wanted to add that little bit of clarification.
Okay.
Yeah,
I needed that.
It's good. It's good. It's just about the setup versus it being good is 2 different things. It's just the setup. It ain't giving us no setup. They're like, oh, too late. Right? That's how.
Pull the carpet from under us.
Yeah. So that's what FICO was saying last Friday or last Thursday. He saw the opportunity because he missed our initial entry. So he wanted to take advantage of the opportunity. And so that was why he was able to take advantage of the 0-day and then roll it. Because the 0-day went 1,000% from what my calculations tell me. And then he swung it and hit 1,000 on that too, right? But yeah, the opportunity was there. It's just finding the actionable signal to get in. I love talking about that. Hey, easy peasy. Yeah, so as far as the KR trade, whatever questions you have, I'm here. Fire away.
Hey, Resume, have you looked at Marvell?
Oh, did I miss Marvell? Okay, let me finish Marvell, then I'll come back to KR real quick. Well, Marvell's gonna be real quick. This one is in force again, but it did hit this cluster of broadening formations right here. So, it's one of those situations where for a 0-day, my typical logic is I want to stay away from taking those trades right up below those broadening formations. But then just to add on to that, there ain't even no actionable signals to get into the trade right here. So we would need to look intraday to find the entry because everything's too up in forest right now, which is a good thing. But as far as our entry, we don't see one available. But also you got 3 weekly broadening formations right here that is going to have to contend with. So I think like when I look at the probabilities, I probably want to stay away from, something that has those BFs right above his head for an entry. If I'm already in it, then I'm gonna just let it do what it do. But if I'm trying to take a new trade, I don't want to deal with like retracement and choppiness, right? So that would be my thought on Marvell. Marvell's strong as hell though. And then K Aura. Yeah, K Aura's about the only one this week that ain't want to act right. So yeah, easy beasy. If you got a question on KR, just shoot, fire away. You can type it, whatever. But essentially on KR, it triggered and then it retraced, came back to the 50. Looks like it closed above the 50 from 2 days ago, and then fell. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Make sure I got my dates right. Yeah, it closed below the day's 50. So, yeah. So we had the inside day. Yep. So it closed like right below the 50 on or right at the 50 from what was this, the 11th. So that was Tuesday. And then it just kind of didn't do shit yesterday. And then today it closed below at 50. So it was just a situation where looking at it overall, it's just consolidating right here. And it's got to fight, it's got to get through these broadening formations. So I think from the standpoint of KR, it just like a short-term move on it wouldn't have been ideal. Excuse me, just depends on if you took swings or if you took if you took longs or if you took weeklies. Weeklies got cooked this week. If you got KR swings, you still in the game. But I think that fail on the 50 was probably the signal to get out. I think it was 47.39. Once it fell below that, it was kind of time to exit the trade. But I think in this situation, it's all about how you're looking at the overall opportunity, right? Because if you're looking at it for like a short term, little quick, boom, boom, bam, then you've got to have super tight stops, get in, get out kind of thing. And this one, just looking at it on the macro, this one here is gonna go up, I think, over time. And so I guess if I'm looking at it from a 3-month perspective, then I'm probably adding into the position and I'm like accumulating more shares or more contracts. If I'm in weeklies, then I gotta get the hell out the first sign of weakness. And so that's the discernment, and that 50% level, it held up one day and then fell today. So that's kind of probably like the way I would look at it. But I wouldn't be surprised to see KR start to go up in the next couple weeks or next week. That's how these things do. It's just been hovering and consolidating. But if you got a specific question though, like please shoot. I'm here for it. Excuse me. But if you can see on KR, it is respecting this weekly broadening formation. So, I'm looking at potential 322 back to the upside on the 4-hour in the morning to set us up potentially for what do we take the week back green? Take the week back green. Price action is so funny. 47.25. So that's the thing, man. The range of price on these candles on KR is so tight. One strong part of the day send this thing back into continuity. So that's the thing, man. Like continuity is really in favor of the upside, like one strong hour could put this thing back in full time frame continuity and it could go ballistic. So the potential's there for it to still move up. As long as it's respecting this broadening formation, I think overall, especially if you're in the long swings, you're still good for anybody in like August or later. Those are still like, you know, you haven't, in my opinion, if I got 3 months or 6 months, I'm looking at, okay, if it fails below this broad information, I'm gonna let it go because I don't have a retracement level below that until like 46 bucks. And I'm not gonna allow myself to get that far down on it, right? So that's kind of like the first thing that I'm thinking on the KR if you're still in there for the long position. But if let me see what else is in the chat. Yeah, no, understood, easy. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. And then that was one where it just played around at the broad information. I mean, at the 50%, it didn't choose, right? Sometimes it's very easy to like, oh, it's ripping back to the other side, but that one got back to the 50 and then hovered there and then closed and then did the same thing today, dipped below it, made the same kind of price action like it was going to reverse back up and then failed. So it's playing around. So that one was one that was like, it was kind of like leading us on a little bit. But no, yeah, no, that's a lesson learned. And so then the thing with that KR is because we you know we're looking at and we're taking starters, we want to be in a position to where we're not too heavily invested. So if we do get a situation like that, then our loss is minimal. And so that's just the risk management aspect of it as well. All right, Ray, this is supposed to be the last one now. Hold on, let me see. MO PBR. So MO, we got, yeah, pretty straightforward coming off of quarterly broad information. We are talking about this earlier. 212 on the 4 hour at 45.62. You know, I don't like the fact that it's been ranging just because of the 0 day. I want like a definite move on the price action. But go check the people at the party on that one. The setup looks solid though, so I don't have no issue with the setup. 2-2 rev 45.73. That seems solid off the quarterly broadening formation. 212 on the 4 hour above 45.62. I think both of those setups are good. I think they're solid. Price is just in a consolidation range, and it's been ranging for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Shit, this motherfucker been ranging for over a year.
Hey, yeah, I got it at the 50% of the quarter level as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably not good for the 0 day. I think that Costco, I already evaluated those contracts and it's nothing less than 400% on. I think it was the closest strike. So yeah, I think that's the best one right there and cash. So
I like that. Yeah, I think you're right. Cat and Costco seem to be the best with the best ROI with the best probability of setup.
Hey, Dame, you said those weren't for tomorrow, right? I'm sorry, Resume.
Oh, you good?
You said those weren't for tomorrow. Those are more so further out, not 0 day plays.
are you talking to me, bro? Oh yeah, I was just saying that yeah, it's at the quarterly and Resume was just saying that it was consolidating. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily take it for a 0 day like Resume said. It's has some BFs above head and all that as well. So yeah, I would pass on that one for because just it's a lot of better plays as well. So
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's the other factor too, because you just got to weigh out what your options are. But I think it with MO is one of those. If it's a ranger where it's just ranging like that, you just got to catch it at the lower end of the range and then take it up to the top. Pause. You know, so that would be how I would take advantage of it. I think for tomorrow, it's probably not like the ideal for that 0 day. And then also there hardly be people at the party on them non-standard weeks too. So that's the other thing with MO that I'll be watching for. But I like the setup for a swing though. Now looking at PBR, we got the inside day move. I'm gonna tell you personally, for me, I feel like like, so I don't see what it's reversing off of, right? So I'm kind of hesitant about taking this one back to the upside, or I'll say it like this. I feel like the move to the upside is going to take us back to this next broadening formation and then reject us again back down.
Yeah, I got it. I actually got a weekly that it came off of. This one is from January 2022, and I put it back to July 2021. And then 50% of the year is right there as well. I honestly was looking at this for like to this TT on the week going into next week, but
Okay.
yeah, I just wanted
Okay.
to,
Yeah.
getting
So I
some
got
time on it.
here at 1260. Yeah. So it's like for tomorrow, I'm thinking 2-2 upside is a strong possibility, and then targeting like 1420 as like a super strong high target. I think there's other levels in between. Now, as far as the swing into next week, yeah, if you get the trigger, then yeah, we'll take it right back. But we're gonna be going, back to the upside to that 14 plus level where those monthlies are. But you got a volume gap back up if you're to take the upside move to like right to that quarterly. I mean, I'm sorry, right to that monthly broadening formation. That's literally where the volume gap closes. So if price does reverse up into that range, then that's what you got. Um, and they could do it tomorrow. I mean, it's setting up price wise where it could take off and do that tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess I just analyzed the contract, see what it looked like. And I wasn't taking the entry for it. You told me not to buy those contracts on 0 days on Friday.
The long swing.
Yeah. So I'll wait on that.
Right on. Oh, cool. Thank you for that, Ray. Well, shoot, I guess that'll wrap it up then, my peoples. I'm gonna let y'all have it for the rest of the evening. Y'all can stay on if y'all want to, or hit the virtual train, virtual lounge, probably the virtual lounge, so I can get this thing buffered and up on the YouTube. And with that, Pack fam, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. Y'all have a great evening, and I'll catch y'all in the morning. Peace.